Okay, so here's the deck we'll be playing today. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Because I don't have the best card in the game, Daddy's credit card, I can't afford all those fancy legendaries. So instead, we'll be playing this budget deck. Let's see how it turns out. Alright, so let's see who we're up against this time. Please, no Q block. Please. Oh shit. Okay, well maybe it isn't a Q block. Maybe it's just someone who's really bad. Yeah, they don't know how to play the game and they just have a really bad Warlock deck. Yeah, I won't lose with this deck. Okay, so one important thing to remember when you're playing any sort of elemental deck is to make sure that you keep your elemental curve. And in this hand, I have elementals for turn 3 and turn 4, and if you keep the elemental chain going, it just gives you a lot of value later on in the game. Alright, so this guy doesn't look like a Q block, because Q block doesn't usually run other demons in their decks besides Doom Guards and Void Lords. Easy removal. And let's just... Another thing that's really fun to do in Hearthstone is just to wait for your opponent and see how they respond to what you do. In any card game that you play, in my opinion, my favorite thing to do is to just pass and do nothing, and just make your opponent worry about, oh, what does he have in his hand, or what's he gonna play.
Out of my jungle!
Now here, I think what I'll do is I'll keep up my elemental chain, so that next turn I could Servant to maybe get some more value. Please don't be a Q block. Actually, at this point, it doesn't look like he will be a Q block, because I've never seen a Q block run Slayer Knight. Okay, here's another rule. The fact that we have, well, that we don't have Daddy's credit card, the best card in the game, we don't have enough for legendaries such as Pyros, so anytime you discover Pyros or any sort of good elemental card, just choose it. Because, and especially in this deck, due to the fact that it's budget, we don't have a lot of options as to what we can play. And again, it's essential that you do want to keep up your elemental curve, and you should really only avoid playing an elemental, or not play an elemental on your turn if you really need to, like if it's removal. So this player isn't among the top tiers that you'd go against, like a Q block or Baku Paladin or some of those other high top tier decks, but this is a deck that can give you at least some good practice with learning tempo and keeping up elementals, so that when you do get Daddy's credit card or some packs with some lucky pulls come your way, that you can make a good deck and know how to play it. And another key spell in any elemental mage is Spellstone, because with cards such as, I forgot the name, but Book, 3 mana, draw 3 cards, discard any spells, there's not a lot of options for spells in your deck. There is in this one because this is budget, but there's not a lot of options for spells. So running Spellstone is really key, because it can give you a board wipe or something to just go face with later on in game.
Why do you call?
And now at this point, what many people might do is put the 4-4 into the 1-3 and then the 3-2 into the 3-3, but I would do it the other way around. That way I keep more board presence. And another example for why you would do this is, say, if you had Frostlich Jaina in your deck, and say I drew her next turn, and I can play her in like maybe 1 or 2 turns. Her hero power, I can trade a 3/1 Water Ellie and a 4/1 Servant of Kalamos for a 3/6 lifesteal. So when you do have Frostlich Jaina, it's important that you want to be generating a water elemental every turn, or else you might fall behind if you're playing against Q-Block, who can guarantee lifesteal 3 health every turn. And here comes the best trade. Another thing with Pyros is that every turn it comes back to your hand after you kill it like bigger and bigger and bigger until it's a 10/10. And again with Frostlich Jaina, it's a 10/10 lifesteal, which can be really strong. Now here I think what I'm gonna do is probably just try and get some spells, or maybe get some way to deal damage to his face, because there's no way I'm getting through those 7/7s with this deck. Another great card is Shimmering Tempest, because again it's an elemental, so it keeps up your curve, and if you do have Frostlich Jaina, not only can you kill it late game and get a 3/6 lifesteal instead, but it also adds a mage spell to your hand. And as I said earlier, you do need a lot of value in this deck from your creatures, because there's not a lot of room for spells. Alright, and now we just have to sit and pray that this Spellstone doesn't give us complete and utter garbage. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, so at this point I don't think you can kill us, so next turn we have guaranteed lethal, it appears. And that'll be fun. So with him not having any way to heal himself, like, he could have Spell Stone. He could just go to my face for 7, and then I'd be in trouble. Because I don't think I can get through those 7s. Oh no. Alright, well played. A key thing to do is to spam well played right before you win. Or else you don't get the satisfaction and the pure joy of defeating your enemy. Just try and find another game and pray it's not Baku Paladin. Alright, you know what? I feel really good about this matchup. Druid, I mean the only really good Druid decks that they have now anyways is Hand Druid, and I have a crap ton of removal in this otherwise shitty budget deck. So you know what? I feel pretty confident about my chances here. Let me just cut that out. Just end the video.